We have a couple of stories from yesterday that we're gonna have to run back, and first and foremost, we gotta talk about Kyrsten Sinema. And I know I take some shots at her because I don't necessarily think that she's genuine in everything that she's saying or doing, and ultimately she's gonna end up folding like a cheap suit or whatever the hell she's wearing in this picture right here. Somebody who, you know what, okay, fair enough, she was in her late 20s whenever this was taken, and yeah, she called herself, she wouldn't dare call herself like a Prada-socialist or something like that, but you know what, hey, that was in the past, that was in the early 2000s, you know what, hey, she's obviously grown up since then. She went from taking her fashion tips from Polly Pocket, and then she grew up and started to take her fashion sense from the drapery closet at her retirement home. Anyways, yeah, so again, it's like, okay, she was accosted in a bathroom and it was well filmed by a bunch of fucking degenerate weirdos. And then, oh, I don't know, there was a bigger protest around her as she was going to and while she was on a plane. I don't know, none of this really seems terribly organic. I don't think that it's something you should be doing, and I think that it's totally fucking off base for anyone involved, and we'll go through it, but the response to this has been a little bit, interesting to say the least. Senator Sinema harassed again during a flight to D.C. Of course. Why is this? It's all over. Build back better. We gotta build back. We gotta spend trillions of dollars because of socialism or some shit. Kyrsten Sinema was confronted by another group of activists on Monday during her trip back to Washington, D.C., one day after she was accosted while teaching a class at Arizona State University. During and after her flight to Reagan National Airport, of course. The Arizona Democrat was filmed by protesters. She would know that she's a Democrat because all of her branding and all of her social media accounts don't mention that she's a Democrat at all. It's very, very odd. Very, very odd because, we're going to be turning Arizona blue, but you don't want to be telling that to the people that actually live there. Anyways, was filmed during a protest who pressed her on her resistance to voting for the $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation bill. Video footage uploaded to Twitter showed Sinema walking through the airport. I think that's where, yeah, that would have to be where this picture is taken from. I just seen the one that's on the plane, but yeah, filmed her walking through the airport and talking on her cell phone as several protesters gathered around her, and at least there was a cop present at this time, but whatever. Filming on their phones. One protester, could be seen holding a sign that reads, "Don't sink our bill." Yes, it's your bill, right? Can you tell if it's your bill after all? Can you tell us exactly what's in it? What's in those 2,500 pages? Okay, cool. Just a brief synopsis will do. As the TSA agent walked behind the senator, at least a little bit to the side of her, and then just tried to block the degenerates that were around with the fucking bicycle. Another protest could be heard saying, "Hi, Senator Sinema. I want to ask you if you can explain to the American people what you're planning on cutting from Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan." That's actually a pretty decent question. Do you want to cut climate priorities? Yes, because they're stupid. Is that elder care that you want to cut out, or is it child care? Why not both? Sinema did not answer. During her flight, a separate activist filmed herself walking up the airplane aisle. Yeah, this is one I've seen. To the senator's seat, where she asked Sinema about her commitment to including a pathway to citizenship. How about just a pathway to the fucking runway? Can we just start with that, you fucking crazy bitch? A pathway to citizenship for illegal aliens. Stop calling them immigrants. They aren't immigrating anywhere. They're just fucking breaking the law in order to get there. In the reconciliation bill. Can you commit to that, Senator? No. Stop it. Everybody in Arizona fucking hates that idea. And if you want to get reelected in Arizona, you gotta be strong on border policies, or at least present the appearance that you do. At least every, 2, 4, 6 years that you're there. Just ask John McCain. Ask the activist and DACA recipient named Karina, whatever. I don't want to disturb you, but at the same time, I'm going to disturb you because I've got my camera out and I got my mask on and I just walked up to your seat because, of course, I just want to know if I can get a comment or commitment from you, Senator. No, I don't know you. Get away from me. But yeah, so those two back-to-back days, it's like you still shouldn't be fucking doing that, to be completely honest. That's just not the best way to go about this. Okay, especially the bathroom one. Like, that's reprehensible fucking conduct, okay? In an airport, yeah, okay, but do you follow them around with signs and try to make a big scene off of it? No, not if you want to get your point across, okay? Listen, this dude or this whatever thing asking what would you cut out of the plan, that would be a good place to have a conversation, and I'm sure that she might have some talking points to go on about what she would remove from that, and that would be nice to know, okay? But then if you're just going to be snarky about it, then what's the fucking point? And again, like I said, there's been some very, very odd developments, okay? Because even CNN's running to the defense of Sinema on this one has just got my ears perked a little bit, and especially on the second half of what we're going to be covering here as well with the Facebook whistleblower. CNN's Cooper pushes back on excusing Sinema's bathroom confrontation. Would reaction be the same if Trump supporters did that to Pelosi? Well, first of all, I think that Pelosi's so old that she doesn't need to go to the bathroom. That's a total non-starter. But yeah, the way that the left, okay, legacy media is reacting to this is that, oh, this was totally acceptable and she's just a bad lady and you need to hold her accountable and you need to just go back and you need to do your non-violent protests wherever you can. And at least Anderson Vanderbilt here just decides that, yeah, you know what, that's probably not the best course of action. And again, why would CNN be running this? Okay, because, oh yeah, Sinema and Manchin, they're the enemies of the Democratic Party. They're those meanies that won't let us spend $5 trillion, and they're standing in the way of our democracy. Very, very odd. On Monday's broadcast of CNN's AC360, host Anderson Cooper pushed back against attempts to excuse protesters following Kyrsten Sinema into the bathroom and asking for the reaction if the same would be if Trump supporters were following some Democrats into the bathroom when they were going to the bathroom following Speaker Pelosi into the women's room. Oh, she goes there? I just think that she pisses in her coffin at night. CNN political commentator Ana Navarro said the fact that the protesters went into the bathroom is upsetting. But if you hear that what those protesters were saying, it was nonsensical at best. We played the video yesterday. If you hear what these, and they're not just protesters, they're constituents of Kyrsten Sinema, I fucking bet. They are people who supported Kyrsten Sinema. They are people who knocked on doors for Kyrsten Sinema, who feel betrayed and who are telling their senator their story in the bathroom. Okay. And why this bill is important to them. Cooper then cut in to say the protest wasn't actually about convincing Sinema. It was really about theater by the activists, which is exactly what this is doing as well. They just want the appearance of a moderate, right? Okay, cool. So we got Kyrsten Sinema all wrapped up, but what about Joe Manchin, right? $1.5 trillion is as high as I'll go. But I'm not going to rule out going higher than that. Cool. Okay, that's why I give this empty-headed fucking nothing absolutely no deference. What was the last thing that it was? Okay, Chuck Schumer came down and it's like, hey, Joe, you're going to be voting with us on this one? You got it, boss. He folds like a fucking Sears suit, for Christ's sakes. The Joe who's running the show, oh, I love you, New York Post, sometimes, on negotiations over President Joe Biden's push for the $3.5 trillion in taxpayer-funded social spending. Senator Joe Manchin signaled Tuesday that he might soften his hardline stance on voting for more than $1.5 trillion in the Democratic package. Yes, because eventually, this is just going to get passed, okay? This is, okay, all fucking theater, okay? They want your sympathy, okay? They like the spotlight right now. They want you to remember who it was who stood up and, oh, we negotiated with both sides of the aisle. But you know what? The cold hard facts are, when people look over the fucking record books, your name is going to be on the side with the rest of your Democratic compatriots, and you guys are going to be voting for this fucking abysmal fucking bill by the end of the month because you're good little Democrats at the end of the day. Now let's move on to this Facebook whistleblower, okay? And yes, while I was recording the video yesterday, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all of that shit was down. And then by the time the video went up, Facebook and all that shit was kind of slowly starting to come back online. So it was about good timing, but there were still a lot of questions out there. Okay, why was it down? What was affected? Why the hell did this happen? Well, don't worry, guys. Facebook is going to tell you what exactly happened. And they said that the major outage was due to configuration changes. Oh, configuration changes that you couldn't, substantiate when everybody was asking. So like, why can't I get into my Facebook account? Why can't I see some horrific shit in my private Facebook chats. Oh, I got a video for you guys that if you're hopefully not for the weak at heart, but if you watched any of what's her name, Hulk Hogan's interview or her whistleblowing efforts, whatever, and you were shocked or stunned by anything that she said that was just basic fucking boilerplate shit, and it's like they make money off of rage clicks and it's affecting our children, won't somebody please think of them? It's like, okay, we've known that forever. Okay, if that's going to be the case, okay, and if it's also we dissolved the truth and safety commissions that we had there to make sure that Donald Trump was fortified against the winning, and it's like, and then when we dissolved all of those, then January 6th happened, and then that's terrible. Somewhere off in the corner, fucking parlors throwing their hands up in the air. It's like, Christ, we fucking told you. And he killed that platform for no good fucking reason, but nobody in the Senate brought that up now, did they? But if you want to know what's actually going on Facebook and what is despicable that's going on behind the scenes, an hour and 15 minutes of your time. And again, if you're squeamish about certain topics, I might not recommend this one because there's some horrific details that are discussed by somebody who was a content moderator. Okay, he was the guy who would get the videos that were on Facebook and the private feeds that were being shared around and sold on the site that include such things as, you know what, hey, killing small animals, torturing people, and then just the mental breakdown of the people who worked at this facility, smearing shit on the walls and getting drunk at work just to get through a work day, all for like $30,000 a year. Again, it's really eye-opening. And this is the shit that Facebook should be held accountable for. And hopefully it will be someday. But these efforts by Linda Hogan here, it's not the right track. It's definitely not the right track. But anyways, yeah, these major configuration changes. Oh, okay. Facebook on Monday blamed the widespread outage across a suite of social media platforms and messaging services on faulty configuration changes on its routers. Oh, okay. So just the routers were down for 6 hours. I totally believe you. Our engineering teams have learned that configuration changes on the backbone routers that coordinate network traffic between our data centers caused issues that interrupted this communication, Facebook said in a blog post on the global outage on Monday. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all owned by Facebook, went offline for nearly 6 hours before some of them were restored, according to an outside traffic firm. The outage appears to have been the most widespread in the company's history. Yeah, so it was just a configuration I'm sure, I totally fucking believe that, okay? Facebook apologized in a statement Monday, saying that the underlying cause of the outage impacted many of the internal tools and systems it uses in the day-to-day operations. Nice vague fucking explanation, complicating our attempts to quickly diagnose and resolve the problem. This disruption to network traffic has had a cascading effect on the way our data centers communicate, bringing our services to a halt. Oh my god, fuck off. Now, why was it not that long after everything was going up? Hackers claim to have more than 1.5 billion Facebook users' personal data, phone numbers, addresses, names, everything that you would have put in there. Why would they have that so quickly? Interesting. In September, a post was made on a popular internet forum known to be frequented by hackers. I want to see which one it is first. It offered personal data of more than 1.5 billion users in the popular Facebook social media platform. The post occurred before Facebook went down on Monday, October 4th. The data is supposedly for sale and in whole, in any part or any size. One offer can be made from users in at $5,000 for the data of millions of users. Poster warns that the data is from all of 2021 and the data appears to have been passed a cross-checking process to show that it is in fact unique. So yeah, if you want to get some data on your friends and family, just go ahead and contact this guy. Nice timing on that one, I suppose. But since we touched on CNN and how they're handling Kyrsten Sinema, we got to take a look at their take on the whistleblower who, she had a interview with 60 Minutes and then all of a sudden she found herself in front of Congress testifying on the need for government censorship. Oh, well, ain't that fucking speedy, okay? You have all of those Project Veritas videos that are out there, okay, and we're going to touch on a couple of those in the next video. You have all of those big tech whistleblowers, and not even once has the Senate reached out to any of them, but this lady, because, yeah, she was on 60 Minutes, all of a sudden gets fast-tracked at Congress, and then she's also scheduling trips over to Europe as well to speak with the EU. Oh, okay, I see. That seems totally on the up and up. Nothing to worry about there. Hagen. It's probably Hagen, but it's so much more fun to see blonde hair and think Hogan. Whose last role at Facebook was a product manager supporting the company's counter-espionage team. Oh, okay, cool. Her title's changed. Thanks, CNN. That's awesome. Was asked whether Facebook is used by authoritarian or terrorist-based leaders around the world. Oh, we know Twitter is because the Taliban and the Ayatollah is still up there, so I'd imagine so. She said such use of the platform is definitely happening and that Facebook is very aware of it. Yeah, they verify them in some instances. Okay. My team directly worked on tracking Chinese participation on the platform. Oh my God, surveilling, saying Uyghur populations in places around the world. You could actually find these Chinese based on them doing these kind of things. Hagen said. We also saw active participation of, say, the Iran government doing espionage on other state actors. Oh my God, you should be able to know that what they're doing is so bad. And what does CNN have over in the corner? A Facebook whistleblower who released tens of thousands of pages of internal research and documents testified in the Senate about the company's impact on the children. Won't somebody please think of the children? CNN does. They just want to groom them into different LGBT plus causes. Former Facebook product she was a product manager, not on counter espionage. Okay, cool, whatever. She was whatever government needs her to be. Puts profit over people and its products. Yeah. Okay, can you name me a business that doesn't do that? Harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy. Oh, she's even got the trademarked phrase, our democracy. That's awesome. She called on Congress to take action against the company, as the platform, she says, has repeatedly misled the public and continues to hide research about the shortcomings. Facebook has pushed back on those claims. Yeah, so hard, in fact, that there's current antitrust lawsuits out there, and they want them removed. Okay, I think yesterday's just big shutdown kind of shines a light on how big fucking Facebook is. Okay, nearly 3 billion users. Even though the active user data is kind of just stagnated at some point, and not very many people are signing up for the platform. More people are going away from it, and it's still the biggest website online, and Instagram is right there as well, and they all just work under the same umbrella, and WhatsApp is apparently very instrumental in the communication of different businesses. I don't fucking know. And yeah, they are really big, but okay, do you think that the best way to go about dealing with that is just breaking them apart or having the government take them over? Like, okay, yeah, break up Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp and have all of them just spread about the world, or maybe even break up Facebook into just smaller little epochs as well. Like, you have the messenger side of things, you have the Facebook video side of things, and you got the posts, whatever. It's like, okay, whatever you want to do that, and then you just have more hands in there, you have more bureaucrats around. It doesn't address the fact that heinous, horrific, evil shit happens on the platform, which is that interview that I would definitely encourage you guys to watch if you can stomach that type of content. And then the overt censorship of conservative speech over there, okay? Oh, but Daily Wire is the #1 news source on Facebook. Ben Shapiro, #1. Yeah. Controlled opposition. What are you, retarded? When was the last time that Ben Shapiro had a fucking pointed take on anything? The guy's takes are so mundane, it should be picking up boulders with his fucking wife's daughter. Fucking Tim Pool's smooth head is edgier than Ben Shapiro, so I don't accept that as being any sort of a opposing point to that, Facebook is fair and measured and there's a good system of checks and balances. So, okay, it gets taken over by the government. Okay, first of all, when was the last time that the government ran anything better than the private sector? I'll wait. But then you just break it up into the smaller little pieces, and then you just have more ideological people to run different aspects of the same super conglomerate. Like, what are you doing? Okay, you know what you do? You just get rid of Section 230. You get rid of the illegal stuff, and you let people post whatever they want. How about that, okay? If people are going to be stupid enough to put fucking snuff on Facebook, you know who they are, you know where they're at, and then you just fucking get that content off there, and then you deal with those people accordingly, okay? Outside of that, wild, wild west. It doesn't really much matter. Put up a fucking age gate. Deal with it that way, okay? If you want to have younger content, no gore, no blood, no sex, whatever the fuck you want to take off of there in order to just make it accessible for everyone. There are other things you can do other than regulation or breaking shit up, okay? But what did this fucking goof have to say in front of Congress? Oh, it's Francis Hagen. Whatever. Congress demands action against Facebook after hearing whistleblower testimony. Yes, this time around, okay? It wasn't the fact that, Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley have been yelling at the tech giants, the actual heads of these different places, You've seen the videos with Jack Dorsey looking like Rasputin, you look like Mark Zuckerberg in these panels, and you just look like a survivor of the Holocaust, and you got Sundar Pichai, not really saying anything of note, but at least he doesn't look like an alien. You had them getting grilled forever about their censorship of one side of the political aisle, but all of a sudden, somebody who's donated to, 36 different Democratic causes, all of a sudden, she gets Congress to spur into action to take over Facebook and big tech monopolies? That sounds fun. The Senate Subcommittee on Consumer Protection, Product Safety, and Data Security heard testimony Tuesday from Facebook whistleblower Francis Hagen, a former employee at the tech giant. In a rare show of bipartisanship, a block of Republicans and Democrats joined together to demand action against the company. You fucking morons. Fucking idiots. Hagen, who used to work as a lead product manager for Facebook's civil misinformation team. Why would you listen to anybody who ever did anything like that? Came before the Senate to discuss the company's internal practices, with special emphasis placed on the way that these practices disproportionately affect children. This is the one time that you care? Just make sure that you line out little Timmy for his 13th birthday to fucking get the jab. Or keep telling him how great it is that he feels like a little girl, so you might as well just put him on fucking puberty blockers. But all of a sudden, Orange Man can affect my children's thought process, therefore we need to just fucking cleanse the internet. Hagen explained, "I'm here today because I believe Facebook products harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy." Okay, Karen, that's the fucking easiest take to ever make in the world. He added, "I believe in the potential of Facebook. We have social media that we enjoy that connects us without tearing apart our democracy, putting our children in danger, and sowing ethnic around the world. We can do better." I hate everything that you just said. Richard Blumenthal. Dick Blumenthal. Observed during his opening remarks that the predatory targeting and marketing practices by Facebook have put profits ahead of people. Congratulations, Dick. Fucking really stroked out a winner. A Washington Journal expose, which found that Facebook knew and hid information about the addictive nature of Facebook and its subsidiary social media platform, Instagram, prompted the meeting. Oh, really? The wisest bitch who just fucking dropped some information Sunday. Okay, and I understand the recorded nature of different interviews that are out there. Why couldn't that be the central crux of all this stuff? The mental health and the mental well-being of underage users using Instagram. How about you age gate it? How about that? However, conversations between Hagen and the subcommittee delved deeper into the company's practices, which she obviously knew very well because she's worked at several other social media platforms before, for fuck's sakes. The whistleblower said during her time at the company, she often saw the company faced with the choice between its own profits and our safety, like that's their fucking job. When these conflicts arose, Hagen said the company consistently resolved these conflicts in favor of its own profits. Okay, obviously. Can you quantify any of that? No? Okay. They just always put money in front of people. That's so terrible. We need to take action. One such conflict pointed out by Blumenthal was the company's international targeting of children. Blumenthal said that it was an experiment he and his team put together in an account on Instagram posing as a teenaged girl with an eating disorder. He said that Instagram's algorithm quickly picked up on this and showed content glorifying and encouraging disorders like anorexia and bulimia. So where does your guys' mind immediately go for that, okay? If that shit's out there, do you think it should be taken down? Okay? I don't, personally. I just also don't think that a teenage girl should be on Instagram. You see the fucking weird shit that gets posted over there? Okay? It's probably not a place for somebody who's not mentally capable to deal with social media. Because there's nothing illegal about anorexia or bulimia, okay? I see some ham planets around here that could probably do with some of that content, so if that could find its way to work into whatever they're looking at, that'd be terrific. Put it in subliminal messages and fucking McDonald's ads. Hagen expanded on the point, saying that despite their claims not to target children, Facebook sees children as a great marketing opportunity. Again, okay, the only thing of substance that's being brought up here is by Dick Blumenthal. All this lady is doing is just acting as one of those dunking birds, the perpetual motion birds. It's like, yes, that is correct. They are going after our children, and that is bad, okay? Yeah, Facebook sees children as great marketing opportunities. Yeah, but that was Instagram, though. They got totally different algorithms, right? Because they're different companies, of course. Because they are so young. Hagen said younger teens and even preteens do not have ingrained habits and can be molded by advertisers into developing new habits. Okay, is that specific to Facebook? No? Okay. And again, I don't use Facebook. I'm not trying to run cover for Facebook. I just see that they're trying to take over social media, and I'm not a fan of that. For older teens, it can make more malicious form of advertisement for vaping products, which radically increase in popularity even among teenagers under 18. By the way, what teens can buy illegally, of course, vaping products under the age of 18? Yeah, I think that doesn't exist, but okay. Hagen also revealed the algorithm maximized interaction by showing users content likely to elicit an emotional response. Everybody knows this, okay? It's not specific to fucking YouTube. Or rather, Facebook, okay? You can just run it down the line. YouTube, Twitter, all of these places. Okay, CNN thrives on it. Okay, MSNBC, Fox News, all of them does the exact same shit. Look at what Orange Man did. Look what Sleepy Man does. Okay, that's what they lead off every fucking top of the hour story with. Okay, so it's not just Facebook. Okay, and you're not really breaking any fucking ground here. Whistleblower, right? So what's the solution? Okay, what would be my preferable solution? I already outlined it. Okay, get rid of the illegal stuff, like the shit that breaks actual verifiable laws, like assault and rape and murder and all that fucking horrific shit, okay? Anything that's on the borderline, yeah, you have your review boards, you have your other companies to determine that type of shit. But other than that, kick the fucking doors wide goddamn open, okay? And if you're worried about my kids, how about you don't let them sign up for that shit? And how about you, I don't know, ask the parents to do the parenting? That would be great, instead of just having the government come in and take a look at all of it, okay? That's been my solution back when Republicans were up there trying to take a look at what all the big tech companies were, and that's still my policy right now. I just see this bitch as being as astroturfed as the fucking Pontiac Silverdome. And this is just going to be a way of the government to work its way in there and then just give you the sanitized version of all of this shit. Because right now it's just Facebook. And personally, that doesn't affect me. But I don't want Facebook to be sanitized. Not by the fucking government. Not like that. But get your free speech while you can, I guess. Because, the Department of Justice, yeah, they got some other shit that they want to be taking a look at here as well. And it's very, very disheartening, to say the least. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.